All right. So you was telling me about your job. You do the bounty hunting, stuff like that, executive protection. Do you have your busy times or seasons throughout the year?
So definitely, you see more work in bail bonds through the summer. It's warmer out. People are trying to have a good time and do whatever they want to do in the winter because it gets cold up here.
Oh yeah.
You tend to see it drop until the holidays, and then obviously people want out for the holidays, see the family. So they're more willing to get them out. With the executive protection side, tour season, when they're ready to go on tour, that's when it really, really picks up. And then, of course, if they're getting ready to drop a new album, they love to have a good party.
Okay. So you around the Great Lakes, right?
Yep. I'm right in, I was born and raised in Detroit. We live about 45 minutes outside of it.
Okay.
In more farm country.
Yeah.
I
played ball up there, Columbus, and then I stayed in like Marion, Ohio. It was like I don't know if you remember like the AFL stuff like that, and then they started at Great Lakes, and that was like it was like the AFL, I guess. But I stayed up there, and that snow and that weather, boy, I can't do the winter. Yeah, they just drive it. I mean, it gets thick up there. But yeah, I do like it. So, you know, but it's a lot of farm, it's a lot of area that I think they could use. I just don't know why they don't, you know. It's like nothing but land in some of those cities.
It's definitely a love and hate relationship with this state. I've lived everywhere. I've traveled all over the world. Somehow I still always end up back here.
Oh yeah.
So
you love it. So yeah, I couldn't stay there. My wife, she's from Akron, Ohio. So she likes it, but you know, it's like that give and take. Hopefully my internet, they're trying to get me. You can hear me, Kyle? I think you got full bars if I'm looking at you, but I'm froze up. Hopefully it don't cut off. I think it's still recording. Yeah, this internet out here is so garbage, man. We got AT&T, and like I said, our house got finished built. I think we done been here almost 2 years now. But it's ridiculous. You know, they go between fiber and then AT&T, and I don't know the name of their other companies, but I'm like, all this money we paying, you know, you can't get a stable internet connection.
Especially in 2022.
I said 5G, 6G. I mean, it's all gimmicks, man. I know it could be cheaper, but they charge an arm and a leg. You know, especially in Georgia, everything is a lot higher for whatever reason. But man, we're gonna go into some bonus questions. You know, like myself, when I'm working out, generally I work out by myself because I don't want to hindrance to nobody else. Kind of like Phil Heath, I think he normally work out by himself and stuff like that. But it was a time in my life I did like workout partners to help push you and stuff like that. And we used to have it. So I'm like, it's a mix for me. What type of person are you when working out? You're a talker or a zoner?
So normally I'm a zoner. Normally it's just me and my coach. And occasionally we'll chit chat here and there. I get focused in.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you know, I get lucky and like Andrea and I we worked out together, and that one's just normally hell, man. When we work out together, that girl,
I know she's a beast. Matter of fact, I was right beside her. She had me cracking up. I was a competitor on stage, and he reminded me of myself, but he was smiling so hard. You had to see him. I mean, but yeah, that guy, he was extra smiley. You know, I try to tell him all the time. I was like, hey, we having issues. All this money we paying. And my wife, if she teleworking, especially with COVID, they had to all work from home. She a audiologist, but she specializes in hearing aids and stuff like that. So I do the nutrition stuff. I'm like, if we working from home, how can we get anything done? You know, it was like, well, they coming in working on it. Our house been here over 3 years, almost 3. It shouldn't be that hard. You know, y'all working on the lines. I just don't get it, man. But
definitely frustrating.
So yeah, we was talking about Andrea Shaw. You say she a beast when she trained. And what's the hardest workout you done had with her?
Chest, man. She'll blow your chest out here.
Yeah. She can bench, man. Dumbbells.
She does everything from cables to bars to dumbbells to she gonna put you through the gamut, man. She does not stop, and she's like a machine.
Yeah.
And
But
of course, if you're anything like me, we gotta do everything to keep up.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Yeah, she is her physique is amazing. The definition that I got, and I see what her name fits her, Miss Pretty Muscles, because definitely she got the muscle, but it's a prettier physique.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I mean? So I knew when I seen her, I was like, yeah, she gonna win this one regardless. And I think what's her name? Marge, she's from here, but she's massive. I mean, quads to death. And I don't know if they call that an imbalance for her, but she is a big girl. But she her physique wasn't as prettier. You know what I mean? Like Marge got big legs. Her legs is massive, bigger than some men's, and her physique is nice, but it just ain't had the same flow. Like I seen Audrey for the first time, I was like, that's it. You know,
like
it's the standard.
Put on all that size, but still stay very feminine.
Yes.
That's really, I think, has separated her from the entire pack.
Yeah. It's like I forgot. It's a woman's fitness. I think she just won not too long ago. She had a show. I forgot where she's from, either Brazil or Puerto Rico. And she just it's like you see her, it's like the pack is just separated. I think she just is like, okay, you can judge her, and then the rest of the girls you can just judge them separately because she already won. If she come in shape, it's over. It's like Sid, if she come in shape, is already a done deal. It ain't too much of a comparison until she won it. Like Chris Bum said, you got those athletes, man. Like I tell it comes with everything.
Andrea, them are three that it's theirs until they don't want it no more.
Yeah, and now I even give it to old men's physique boy. 3 times he done won. Brian.
Yes.
He done separated himself to me because his physique is balanced, and he's not getting too much bigger. He's getting bigger, but it's slowly. I mean, I can if 2 pounds of muscle or stuff like that, but he's balancing it out until he can go to that next level. And I don't think nobody's gonna beat him either.
And he's symmetrical too.
That's it.
He's very balanced.
That's it. So, and his waist is still good. His back to me ain't the best, but his overall flow is.
Yeah, the whole package that he brings.
Yeah, he got the whole package. So I was seeing some other guys. I was like, yeah, they back got them, but it's just their back. That's it. It's not the whole physique. So that's one thing I like about bodybuilding, because we can all improve, we can all get better, and it's a challenge to yourself to see if you can do it. If you ain't put in the work, it's nothing.
Cool about the industry is like it's a good thing for it and a bad thing for it, but the competitors are never satisfied.
No.
There's never been a competitor that's walked on stage and went, I'm it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Got the perfect package. No.
Everyone I think that's how it should be, though.
I look good, but I can improve here, here, and here.
Yes.
And that's what I'm focus on, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to come back even better. And then they do. And they improve those things, and they go, but I could still improve here, here, and here.
Yeah, that's it. It's a never-ending process, but I think just as men and humans ourselves, I think that's how we need to be. We don't need to be satisfied with just, not improving. I think, that's just evolution. I think we need to always constantly get better in life, business, marriage, whatever we got going on. I think we still need to keep getting better and improve because we're never perfect,
But there's still one thing, like it definitely needs to be addressed, and bodybuilders put a lot of pressure on themselves to win, and it does need to go across the culture of bodybuilding that you're already winning by getting on stage.
That's it.
You are doing what less than 1% of society would ever imagine doing. I've sat down with my wife and she has said to me numerous times, you know, this is crazy. You are willingly going on stage in basically underwear.
Yeah.
Let a panel of judges judge your body.
Yeah.
No one does that. No one
it.
wants people to judge their body, and you're literally like, body shame me. Go ahead. Tell me.
That's it. Yeah. And get the feedback.
Every person has already won and accomplished something that 90% of the world would never imagine even doing.
Yes.
You know, and I'm the first one to say it, and trust me, I don't always think it.
Mm-hmm.
I want that win. We all do.
We all want that win. And man, when you come in second after working that hard, you like, oh. And I got two of them back to back. And I came in better. And one, he was like, if your shorts were down, you could have had it, but you ain't present yourself. So, but I started looking at it later, you know, at the time, like I say, it do hurt. But later I started looking at that stuff that I couldn't control if you don't know it. You know, only thing you can do is prepare what you can and look your best. And
that's another hard part of bodybuilding is there's not a book, man.
No.
It's not like football. You look and go, this is the rules. This is how I win.
Yep.
If I get the ball past this line, I get this many points. This is how we win.
Yeah.
There's not in bodybuilding. There's not a, hey, make sure your trunks are pulled down. Make sure this is set. Make sure to lift your foot when you give that front double bicep, like bend that foot out in front of you and get up on the ball of your foot, lift your heel off the ground because quad top more. There is nothing that says it. It's through people and time.
That's it. You know, if
you don't have that, you're never gonna know.
No, stage presence is, I mean, you got to do it.
Share the information to you. No one's gonna pull you aside and go, hey, let me help you.
Yeah, no. You got to ask for yourself, you know, and stuff like that. So I reach out to different coaches, different experts on everything. You know, I do this daily, especially on the nutrition side, the fitness side. I research, study, I talk to people just to see their aspects, you know, and just to see what, because we can all learn something, you know, especially about this sport. And we put so much into it. It's a little return in it, but I think the return that we get from it is you can't account for it. You know what I mean? It's more on that personal level, inner level that we need, you know, because a lot of people, you know, it helps. Like, I don't have PTSD, and I done seen some of the worst things anybody can imagine. And they used to affect me only when I was asleep. When I'm up, I couldn't say nothing, but I had an ex before, and she was like, when I'm asleep, she couldn't get close to me because if she did, then I'd try to choke her out or something like that. You know, I'm going to try to take her out pretty much. So I didn't know that for years. So I end up, you know, started rededicating my life, going on another spiritual journey, stuff like that, and start working out even more. And then that started going away. So, you know, working out is a healing aspect for me, even though I love doing it. It takes so much of that negative energy away from you, you know.
It really does. The negative energy, just frustrations in life, it helps you release those endorphins that are just on stress. The gym can change everything. And like I tell a lot of people, like, you don't have to go into the gym and try and put up 350.
No.
Go for a walk.
Yes.
Start somewhere. Just start somewhere. Put the fatty cakes down, eat better.
That's it.
And go for a walk. You will be amazed at how much your life will change. And when you start doing that, then you can start doing a little more. Then you can get into the gym. Then you can pick up a 5-pound dumbbell.
That's it. But start somewhere.
5-pound dumbbell or 100-pound dumbbell. You're doing more than and do it for.
Yes. Right after this, I'm like, y'all gonna either get us some money back or you gonna have to do something, because this is horrible. I can't imagine people doing this every day and having these much issues and they work virtually like that. You know how aggravating that'll be. But man, yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm gonna ask you tell me something that nobody knows about you or could guess.
Man, that's hard because I'm pretty much an open book and everybody knows everything about me.
Okay.
The internet found everything about me.
I go first and give you an idea. What type of music you think you'd never guess that I listen to?
Well, now I'm going to guess country.
I do like country, but I'm more of an alternative guy. You know, Danny Goki, Archuleta, you name it. That's my type of music. I'm more alternative. I can keep going. It's so many artists, and I some of them from matter of fact, Ohio. Why my guy? I can't even think of his name right now. They banned Chris Daughtry those.
Yeah,
I met them years ago before the little American Idol stuff. They was like on the farm practicing and stuff like that. I used to go listen to their music. I mean, before they all blew up, but those are some of my favorite artists and a lot of those. But I like alternative. I ain't listened to, especially like this modern day rap in years. I can't even understand it. So I don't know if it's age or, you know, what comes into play with it, but that's my jam. It's more alternative.
Then I got one for you, and it's kind of funny. So I work with a lot of Latin trap artists and stuff, and I listen to a obscene amount of Latin music. Really enjoy, and I work with a lot of Latins. I don't speak a lick of Spanish. I don't have a clue what any of them are saying.
Yeah, now that's something they guess, but you
like,
speak some Spanish,
like,
no, a little bit of Spanish. We had to learn it, so. You know, you know how to say your name in Spanish and stuff like that, right?
I going, what do you say? Yeah, no, you're gonna tell him this.
Yeah. So that's a good one though. So you can't speak no Spanish. None.
And I work with a lot of, and the communication is always terrible. I'm there to be big and protect you.
All right, tell me something you would like to do if you got the chance to do it. Anything.
One major thing on my bucket list I've always wanted to do, and if I get the chance, I will. And right now I can't because I keep outweighing it. Is I've always wanted to go skydiving.
And you outweigh
it? Yeah. A lot of the places, like the weight limit's like 225, and for a while I was at 230. So if I'm gonna do it, like now's the time because I just trimmed down.
Yeah. Cause what's your weight cap had to be? 220 or
197.
Huh?
197.
That was your weight cap it had to be for this show?
So from the start of prep, 15 weeks before the show, I dropped 43 pounds.
Oh man. I ain't thought you got that light because I mean it looked good. So and I tell people I don't believe in.
I was nice and gritty, man. I was still full, dense, but very tight, very conditioned up.
You didn't do no running, right? I stopped running and started walking and like Stairmaster and elliptical stuff like that.
Mine's more of a brisk walk.
Okay.
It's always on an incline. Always.
Yeah, always incline. I believe in that. So I mean that's good because that made you I ain't know this my first show. I got obsessed with jogging. I used to jog 5-10 miles every day, killing my legs. So like I said, I was heavy. So my mentality was I don't want to never get too heavy. I want to come in shredded. The more I run, the leaner I'm gonna get and stuff like that. But I killed so much muscle. And the first thing on me to go, because I'm made to be massive up top, is my legs. So I did it to myself. I knew it, but the definition was there. They could never tell me that. So, and I ain't need to because I was going for men's physique. So I was like, well, my legs go, I don't care. I'm going to do that. But my frame is not made for men's physique. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm glad Classic came around and stuff like that. When you can actually pose, I enjoy it and stuff like that, or even bodybuilding. But just for bodybuilding, for me, I know I can do it. I just don't want to get that heavy. Getting older, I don't want those other complications, blood pressure going up, all that eating, stuff like that. I was like,
happening in my house right now. Like I want to transition to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I want to get up there. I want to make my size as big as I possibly can. And it worries my wife. And she likes me in Classic, roughly the size I'm at. She knows I have to put on more, but she worries about my health
because of your height.
and the weight on the.
your weight don't have to be too much, because say if you go to bodybuilding, you just lost 240, but now you're going to go back pretty much to that 240 pounds. That's probably your cap, but it's going to be all muscle. So it's a different thing than going to 300 something.
On your organs and your heart and stuff.
Yes.
So that's where she starts worrying. And she's my wife. She wants me around for a minute. At least I hope so.
Yeah. 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 And I get it, and like I said, but if you do it the smart way and slowly gain, like I said, your body can handle being 240 something pounds. So it's used to doing it already. It's just now it's more muscle, so having a muscle is a different ball game, man. So I think you'll do good. I mean, because you already got the muscle in it. It wouldn't be too much. It's just filling out that frame. Stay consistent. It's going to be a lot more eating for you probly. But
people don't realize part force feed yourself.
Yeah. I can't do it. I'll blow up quick, and I just don't want to get that size. Like I got outfits in my closet just to keep that I can't wear. I was up to a 9X, man. I can't do it.
The amount of clothes that we don't fit anymore within days.
That's it. I can clean out my whole closet.
I can't fit any of that.
And my wife be like, well, why don't you get some more shopping? I ain't really going nowhere. I'm going to the gym and to this little spot. I mean, I'm not wasting money on more clothes, and I'm going to go through the same transition. I know it's different for women. They can do it. But for me, I'm not reshopping. I have to do this every prep, so yeah, I don't do it. All right. So tell me a pet peeve of yours, man. Something that you can't stand. It can be in the gym. It can be whatever.
And I'm sure I have a lot of them.
You can go over a couple.
I'm a sarcastic person. And it annoys me when people don't understand sarcasm, or that I'm being sarcastic.
Yes.
Serious? Like I am not serious.
Yes, I get that. I'm like the same way too. I'm like, it's a joke. I'm not serious. I care nothing about it. I was just making a joke, so some people just don't have a sense of humor, and that's
that bugs me a lot.
Because and I just realized that, man, it's a lot of negativity in the world, and people, I'm a kind of genuine or honest person, and some people, they can't stand that, I don't know, it's because of social media aspect of life right now, and everybody, they want to be famous or fake and all this and that. I just tell them I'm honest. I don't care who you are or what you done did. I mean, you ain't in my family, so it's really nothing you can do to you. I'm gonna treat you with respect regardless. I don't care who you are. The status ain't changing. And what we done did, we done work with the most powerful people in the world. I still gonna treat them the same as I would any other person. If I'm doing my job, I want to do my job, whatever it is, to the best of my abilities. That's it.
It don't matter who you are.
So I done met some of these famous influencers and stuff like that, and I guess I get it for them. It's some people, they like power and stuff like that, but I was like, you can't take that with you. It can't do nothing for you. I mean, it's ain't improving your social status. You still doing the same thing like everybody else, man. So I don't get that part of it. I like social media, but I don't like it. So it's a give and take. I know in our business, especially in today's time, it's a must to do. But it do help spread awareness. Like for me, like I said, nutritionist, I want to spread the awareness on health, nutrition, getting healthy, fitness, bodybuilding, transforming your life. Because I know the changes it can do for you. It can help anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's another dog right there too.
Yeah.
So you got dogs, parrots. You sitting on some acres over there, or y'all in the city?
We're in the sticks. We've got a couple acres. So
we
got 3 dogs and 4 birds, and it's a zoo.
Okay. How many acres you got out there?
We're just over 2.
Okay. So that's what I got, like an acre, but it ain't even a whole acre. I don't call it, but I want anywhere from 3 to 5 for my next house. Minimum. I'll take 10 if I can get it, so I can build like a little lake, a pond, my shooting range, all that other good stuff. That's my dream. And I told my wife, whatever she want in the house, she can design that part. Long as I get my stuff, I'm cool with it. You know, I don't care about nothing else. I can live in a box if I needed to, but that's, how we can operate that way. I don't care about the luxury stuff. Just give me a little bit of land and I'll be okay. All right. So you're doing the bodybuilding, you got your business. What legacy or mark do you want to leave on society, man?
All that really matters to me, man, is when my time comes and it's time for me to go, that people able to look and say that I was a good husband and a good dad, man.
Yeah.
I've put everything I've got for the last 20 years almost into just helping others.
Yeah. And more than 20 years with what we do. So it's just pretty much your life you put into helping others, protecting your family, looking out for your family best interests. And I think it's like rarely we think about ourselves. A lot of people, they might think that we do because of, we compete and we doing stuff, but it really ain't about us too. Everything else in our life we do for others. Exactly. Everybody want to do at least one thing for themselves every now and then. You know what I mean? But I think society look at it as a different aspect of it.
So if at the end of the day, they can sit there and say that he was a good man.
Yes.
He was a good husband. He'll be missed. Then I've left my mark.
There you go. And you got 3 girls.
Two daughters.
2 daughters and a son.
No, just 2 daughters and a wife.
2 daughters and a wife.
Yeah.
Any more in the future or no?
No, we're done, man. It would have been nice, but
you sure about that?
I don't know. You ask my wife, she'd definitely be done.
Oh, she said she done.
So we would love more kids. We probably wouldn't have if adoption was a part. I'm sure we would take it if we could afford it. Mm-hmm. Kids are expensive, man.
Oh man, I know. That was my main concern.
I love having them around. I love being a dad.
Yeah.
So if we could ever do it again, I'm sure we would. But if we did it, it would be probably adoption. There's a lot of kids out there that just need a family, man.
Yeah, and my neighbor, she does the adoption. I'm kind of conflicted with it because I do approve of it, but it's like a hard thing, man. You see some of those families and some of the kids, they come from other places. I just don't like sending out the mixed messages, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I think about mentoring and stuff like that or volunteering I can do, but I don't know about the adoption.
Helpful.
Yeah.
That's just helpful. There's a lot of kids that just need some kind of an influence in their life. And you watch them that they're good kids, they just don't have anyone directing them.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely I see it and I give my neighbor props all the time because I think she got she do the foster parent too, but she did adopt two kids, a son and a brother and sister. So she got 2 of them, but she do take in other kids temporarily, I guess, until like their family situation or whatever get worse. And I just think that's the hard part for me. You get the caring for a child, stuff like that, and then you might have them 6 months to a year to 2 years. I think she had one, and then everything gets situated, and now they got to leave. Especially if you got other kids that impact. I was like, that's like putting them through another hardship or hurting their life. So for me, I was like, oh man, that got to be rough. And I done seen them go through it, and they be like, yeah, it's a little hard, and difficult, but it's just how that system works, Because I know it's a difference between the adoption and the foster parent, but she did the adoption. She got 2, but she is a foster parent also. So I give up,
That's hard work, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty noble.
So I give anybody the props with that, man. So anything in plan? So I know you already qualified for national. So what's the game plan going forward?
As of right now, our plan is to take a year off pretty much and just pack on as much size as possible. And then we're looking at nationals for next year. And we're thinking maybe Pittsburgh.
Okay. So if you're taking a year off, you'll have to do another warm-up show, I think, right?
Possibly. We might just make the Pittsburgh show, which is like July.
I'm trying to see if they is it in a one calendar year, or is it okay, this show now you will have to do one in the 12 months calendar. I forgot how that go.
Yeah, my coach is doing all the planning. So
I say, yeah,
pretty
just double
much
check. I
do it.
gotta double check. I came in second at national, so I'm supposed to be already national qualified, stuff like that. I gotta reach out to them. But I'm gonna do 2 nationals. I'm gonna do the one with the young bucks, because I'm 42, so I can go with the young bucks, and then I'm gonna try to go with the masters. So, but the judges last year. Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask you, what was the judges' feedback for you? Did you get y'all got feedback?
Yeah, my feedback's pretty much the same as last time. Just to keep building that chest. I got to build my chest, and that's what will put me over the top. So. Okay. They said I got it and everything else. Just keep going. Just build that chest up. So
okay. That was good.
I know where that focus is going to be, and that's going to hurt.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's always good. You know, you got time to improve, and the more you lift, as consistent you stay, you got always improve and get better. So that's just
exactly.
You know, time. I tell people it ain't a rush thing. As long as you staying consistent with it, you know, you making sure your body healthy, you're doing what you got to do. It's just a evolution of your body. So I mean, I love the process, man. It's some stuff I done used to work out with some women, and I didn't realize that women's sports is a whole lot different in emotions, man, when it comes to being naturally versus enhanced women. So I didn't think too many women were enhanced than men, but they are. So that's a whole different thing. So I had to start researching and stuff like that, because I had some women and they were more enhanced, but they was on kind of too much, and they start messing with like they other brain functions and stuff like that. And I just, you know, certain stuff I was like, hey, you just got to get your blood work checked, make sure you get healthy and check, because I can't go back and forth with you. You know, I'm normally an honest person. I'm gonna just tell you how it is, and I want you to be safe. You know, yeah, I know bodybuilding is cool and stuff like that, but I'm about longevity. If you ain't gonna take care of yourself, I can't work with you. You know, I can't do nothing for you. Because it's about you in the long run. And I believe they had like bad coaches or coaches who I don't know if it was a money issue or whatever else, but they was on whatever they was on their cycle or whatever else longer than what they supposed to. I mean, the time was like 6 months, and I'm like, that's dangerous and that's idiotic. So, you know, I was like, that's just insane. So I hopefully, you know, I cut some people off. Hopefully they did get the help they wanted to, man, but that stuff like that actually mess with me mentally, that I know it's people out there that don't look out for their athletes or for people individually. It don't matter, you know, whatever the case may be, just so they can make a quick buck or whatever the case. I was like, that's just, it's dangerous, you know. So that's just a dark side of bodybuilding, which I don't like. But I get what people, you know, you want your best, you're trying to compete, you don't know no information, so they put their trust in their coaches and other stuff. I just tell them, just research for yourself. You know, if you feel funny, get help, but make sure you get your blood work checked now, you know.
Oh, so, yeah,
man. But I know I done took up some of your time, and I think I probably want to reach out back to you, man. We talk about this military stuff, and like I told you, I don't know if you had any comrades who was victims of suicide or stuff like that, man, or PTSD issues, because I know it's getting real bad right now. And I told, like, me and my partners, we was talking the other day, and most of the stuff, generally, I kind of eliminate my past. I don't really talk about it too much and try to, you know, work for it, getting on it. But a lot of people pretty much say the same issues is when they got out, they couldn't find a job. You know, so it's that feeling you lost, you don't know what to do, you got really no support. So either you're going back into the military if you can, or you just lost. You know, you can't, because it's hard to get back into regular life. You know what I mean? I don't think people understand that part. And it even took me for a while, but you got to feel it with something else. And that for me was working out, fitness, bodybuilding, coaching, doing my nutrition stuff, and just studying. So I keep myself busy, and, you know, it's stuff that I love to do. So it was kind of a little easier for me but some people can't find that outlet. What you think?
It's definitely you there's not the same support system that the society likes to act like there is for people getting out of the military.
Yeah.
It's very much you're on your own, man.
Yeah.
And out your path. And especially those that got a little bit of rank in the military and become a non-commissioned officer, but then they get out, they have a hard time finding jobs because a lot of times these people in managerial positions, you're older than.
Yeah. And taking orders for somebody who, you know,
and they don't want to hire a person that knows more than them.
Yes. Yes.
So they won't hire you. When I got out, I retired out. I got hurt in Iraq. I retired out. And before I went and started working for Blackwater, I literally was just trying to find a job to find a job.
You couldn't find nothing. Or they saying you're overqualified. I mean, why do you want to come here? Look here, I'm coming because I need a job.
Yeah.
I need to work. Yeah.
Apply for management. Apply for a job.
That's it. And I did the same thing. Literally, you can't find, and people don't understand how hard it is. They make it seem like that. And you can go to like the VA police and stuff like that. But I think they have so many layoffs, and it's like the last man on the totem pole go. We need consistency. We can't come here and then you got to worry about, hey, I might not have a job next month or temporary. I take temporary work if that was the case, you know. So people just don't understand that part, that it is hard for veterans who get out the military to find a job that's suitable, or even people to be like, hey, you just auto qualified. Why you don't try to work here? I didn't apply for that. I applied for this job for whatever reason it is. You know what I mean? And I'd have met some people, they was like, hey, yeah, they ain't gonna hire you because either they think you're gonna replace somebody else who is a higher rank or whatever because your experience background and stuff like that, or they just don't want the competition. I just don't get the fact, how am I overqualified and I accept the job?
It almost feels like it goes back to that saying where people go, I want the best for you.
Yeah.
As long as it's not better than what I have.
Yeah. So, man, I greatly appreciate it. So you're going to take a year off, build some more muscle. And what you think your weight going to come in at? What y'all weight cap is? You just going to do the bodybuilding?
It just depends. We're playing it by ear, seeing what happens to my body and where it goes. So it all is going to depend on what my body structure wants to do. I know I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to try and put on the size. Time will tell, man. But when I come, I'm coming hard.
Oh, I know you is, man. And like I say, those. Make sure you send me some of them stage shots. I know those pictures was amazing, but your legs up there, I was like, his legs is. And I was right behind Audrey. So I sat right beside them, and we was on this. I don't know if you seen where she was at. Because I guess you right on the stage. We on the left side when you come into the auditorium. So and maybe one or two rows back, but we can see everything. Your legs was pretty much, I think your probably was the best on the stage up there.
I appreciate it, man. I put a lot of,
especially from the front. I don't know about the hams. I can't think right now. I have to see the shots, but from the front, I was like, that definition in them quads, it was just massive, man. That back was tight too. So, you know, I was trying to go over some footage and trying to get it out there. But I was like, yeah, definitely you did what you had to do. Only second show, that's amazing. That's the thing. People don't do that well, I guess, just for their second show. So, you know, should be proud of that. Hey, this only show number 2 for me. You know what I mean?
It's only moving up from here, man.
That's it.
Pro card, and you know, hopefully I got some big shows on the way. So
yeah. Well, keep up the good work, man. I appreciate your time. And I definitely reach out to see what you got lined up on later on. Especially we can go into more about your business. Like I said, I got ready to do the bounty hunting stuff, and I don't know if you I know Gavin and Rebecca, I don't know if you probably partner with them or you just focus generally up there on your area.
I pretty much just do my area up here. I do all of pretty much all of Michigan.
Okay. Man, that's still a large territory to cover. So, you know. But tell the wife we appreciate her support getting you on stage. Tell the kids they appreciate they still at home and they already out.
No, they're in school right now. They got 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks that we just finished down here in Georgia.
Yeah,
that's a done deal. Do they go all year round up there?
Nope. They'll be down until after what would be Labor Day. They go back.
So they go back late August, must be.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So and that was how it was like in Columbia. They get out a little later in South Carolina, but they go back the end of August. And I think down here in Georgia, they go back like the second week of August. So I was like, 2 weeks. It's everybody got their own time frame. But man, I appreciate your service, appreciate your time. And I look forward to seeing your journey, boss.
I appreciate it, man. It was great talking to you, and I look forward to doing it again, my man.
All right. I'll let you know once I get everything up and running, put the videos on there and let you see how you like the intro. Get your approval first.
Sounds good. And I'll send those photos over today.
All right, boss. Have a good night.
You take care, man.
Bye.